Tesla CEO Elon Musk tweeted Sunday that the company will reveal its Model Y crossover vehicle on March 14th. But the announcement, made just days after reveal of a cheaper Model 3, has investors worried about demand. Musk said, quote, Model Y, being an SUV, is about 10% bigger than Model 3, so will cost about 10% more and have slightly less range for same battery. This as concerns continue to rise over the car maker's online sales shift and employee layoffs. Joining us to discuss, Ark Invest CEO Cathie Wood. And Cathie, I know you're generally bullish on Tesla. Are you concerned about these things?
No, I think the mistake people are making here is Elon is riding down a technology cost curve. So prices should fall. They're going to fall and continue to fall because battery pack system prices are coming down.
But even he says making the car at this price is excruciatingly difficult.
And we talked about that. We had a podcast with him, and before the podcast,
you and your colleagues flew out to Fremont and sat down with Musk in person.
Yeah. And he walked in, and the first thing he says is, you know, the traditional automakers, they are just unbelievable in terms of the way they cut costs. And what I said to him is, yeah, that's fine, but they haven't been riding down a technology cost curve for a century, right? You are riding down this battery pack system cost curve. Your prices will fall and continue to fall as theirs rise. So what he said on his last earnings call is the demand is there. People can't afford the high-end prices, so he's bringing prices down.
But can Tesla afford to deliver the car at that price?
Oh, yes, I think so. I think, well, you see the restructuring he's doing. I think it's very sensible. I think he's making these moves in order to scale more quickly than he otherwise would, because these price points are very attractive to consumers out there.
So you don't have any concerns about him closing all these stores, shifting everything online so abruptly, and laying off people?
It was abrupt. We got the sense something was up because he is still competing against other auto manufacturers who have their costs screwed down. But at some point, his pricing is going to drop below theirs, well below theirs, just like because battery pack system costs are coming down. He's got his deep learning chip, which is going to help him with autonomous vehicles. So you know the story that we're telling, but we are not concerned. We're not concerned.
What was your impression meeting him in person at the factory?
You know what? I think people misunderstand him completely. You know, I just reflect upon how the clips about Joe Rogan's interview, there was one clip. No one has taken the time to listen to that.
This is the interview where he smoked pot. You're right, it was one puff.
That's all people saw. No, you know, actually, shame on the news media for not actually delving into the Joe Rogan content and just listening to...
To be fair, though, you don't often see a CEO smoking pot in an interview.
Yeah, I mean, that was provocative, fine. Fine. But there was a 2.5-hour interview. There was real content there. And his brilliance was shining through it.
So what's your outlook on demand for the Model 3, cheaper Model 3, and the Model Y?
I think demand is, as prices come down, is going to be pretty explosive. On our podcast and in our models, even before we talked to Elon about this, we believe that EV sales, as prices continue to come down, will scale from 1.3 million globally last year to 26 million in 5 years. And I asked Elon, what did he think about that? And he said, well, you might be off by a year or so, but yes, we are talking about exponential growth. And exponential growth happens because prices come down. This is a technology cost curve. Those who follow traditional auto manufacturers haven't seen one of these for a while. They don't know how to relate to it. And they assume that cutting prices means demand isn't there. That's absolutely untrue.